What is up, everyone? Today, Wild Forest has some spicy announcements. We're going to dive into the Forge and Beta units conversion. Let's get right into it. Wild Forest just announced on their Discord page about the Forge. So what is the Forge? Forge is a feature to convert various in-game assets into essence, which can then be used to acquire new and valuable items. We created Forge to allow you to dispose of the assets you don't need and turn them into something useful for your strategy. For now, you can convert unused units into random ones. In the future, we plan to add more exciting options. How it works: burn, turn your assets into essence. Then you can burn various assets to gain essence, including beta units, both in-game units and unit NFTs, broken NFTs, off-chain or on-chain release units. So I haven't yet saw any explanations on what's the difference between these three, but having said that, it looks like our NFTs can be broken, and I'm not sure what release units are. More assets will be available to Forge as the game develops. So they will be introducing a new currency, which is the Essence. Essence is a special off-chain currency exclusive to Forge. With Essence, you can buy different assets starting with off-chain units soon after the game release. Later, we will add more items to acquire for the Essence. Essence calculation. The amount of the Essence you will get for release unit depends on their rank and level. For a higher unit, you will get more Essence. Common converts to 100, Uncommon converts to 260, Rare to 640, Epic to 2220, while Legendary converts to 10,080 Essence. So for every resource spent on unit progression, you will get a certain amount of Essence. One common release unit equals 100 essence. Then they said that additionally for level up, you will get essence based on shards and gold spent. One shard invested in level up is equal to 0.89 essence, while one gold invested in level up is 0.009 essence. Having said that, it means that just by playing the game and leveling up the cards or the unit cards that you will be using on your fights gives you essence in general. So higher ranks are worth more based on the WF and unit cards you spent. Each level adds value separately from rank. Higher level means more essence. How do you use your essence? So essence can be used to consume or buy something in the shop. The shop section will become available soon after the game launch to purchase a new assets for the essence. Initially, you can purchase chests to the random unit inside. More valuable assets will be available in the future. Wow. So technically, it's like a crafting system or a gacha system where you will never know what cards you will get on the essence that you've just spent. That's pretty much a great way to burn and reduce the number of circulating essence on the game. So technically, there will be a lot of scarcity and essence depending on how lucky or unlucky players would be. So to sum it up, the Forge offers a way to dispose your unused assets and turn them into essence that can be redeemed into valuable items. After the game launch, you can convert your beta units only, and once the conversion period is over, the Forge will start burning release units. So that's the first announcement. The other announcement relates to the beta units conversion. So this announcement is for those players like me who played prior to the game launch. So let's see how does the game incentivizes us for playing before the game launch. So as beta players, those units that we've acquired during the game will be converted as well into essence. And all units that we had should be converted into essence before the game launches. No beta units will be playable after the game release, and each units that we have right now can be converted on a reduced rate of essence. So for commons, we have 10 essence, Uncommon 35 essence, Rare 100 essence, Epic 375 essence, and Legendary 1800 essence. Quick math, although I'm bad at math, it tells me that it's much more wise to convert your common unit cards and upgrade it into a higher rarity. However, we really don't know how much the price of an on-chain WF token, because you see, when you try to convert commons units into a higher rarity, it will require you to spend 5 off-chain WF tokens. And right now, we don't know what will be the price of an on-chain WF token. Given that we could able to convert 4 off-chain to 1 on-chain, I'm not sure how much is it really worth it to convert at this point. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to point out. There's still some missing informations that we need to know first, but you could bet that Essence would be really valuable, but I'm not sure. It depends on strategy for the game, because you see, once the game releases, Essence can only be used to purchase boxes that has random units. If you're really unlucky, you might waste a lot of Essence for nothing. However, if you try to save or conserve those WF off-chain tokens and convert it to on-chain WF tokens, you might get a much more higher monetary return. Who knows? There's still a lot of missing pieces left. So let's wait for further announcements. I'm sure they will play every cards open closer to the game release. Let's just finish with the announcement. Similarly to the release units, you will get a certain amount of essence for every resource spent. 1 common equals 10 essence. 1 WF is equal to 3 essence. 1 shard invested in level up, 0.17 essence. 1 gold invested in level up equal to 0.17 essence. When you have 1 common and you level it up, you will consume 50 gold and 5 unit shard. So with that, 0.17 essence. So it means that given that those shards that you've earned and the gold whenever you finish open some of that off-chain chests is really not worth anything now, the only way to get value for those shards and gold is to level up your cards before you release it. As mentioned in the tip, you can directly convert gold and shards, but you can transfer some of it by leveling up the beta units and then converting. Note that beta units will not be playable after the game launch. You will have 4 weeks to convert them into essence. Yeah, so that's all for the announcement right now. There's still a lot of ambiguity and missing pieces that needs to be shared for everything to be clear, but at this point it looks like the sustainability of the circulating currency for both on-chain and off-chain is promising. It feels like that it can be sustainable. The downside for this one is the NFTs itself would be useless whenever it gets broken. It looks like for each NFTs that you have, it can only be used for a certain number of matches. And it looks like they haven't yet announced, but at this point, there's no option to repair those broken NFTs. Probably in the future, they'll get that announcement out. Maybe at the cost of Essence or maybe at the cost of WF. Who knows? But yeah, I'm wondering how I could utilize my gold. Right now, I have 13,000 gold, and it looks like the best way to utilize everything off is to upgrade it. The only thing that stops me from upgrading my beta unit cards is the uncertainty on how much an on-chain WF token would be. Given that I've just started 15 to 20 days ago, I am really at a disadvantage versus those players who started very early. But congrats to them for starting very early. It's too bad that I've just found out of Wild Forest a little late, but not really late because it's still before the game launches. And that's a wrap. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share. If you're new to the channel, appreciate if you could subscribe, please. I love to hear your thoughts and suggestions, so drop a comment below. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!